Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. Not your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back. The Daily Caller. One of my favorite people in Congress, and that was sarcastic, as Tucker Carlson calls her, the lowest IQ in the House of Representatives, Maxine Waters. Let's hear it from Maxine. Yay, Maxine. Let's just read on. Only white men, Maxine Waters goes on anti-America rant on July 4th. Democratic California Republican, I should say representative, Maxine Waters went on an anti-American Twitter rant Sunday. In one tweet, Waters attacked the Declaration of Independence and questions its words and meaning. July 4th, and so, the Declaration of Independence says all men are created equal. Waters tweeted, equal to what? What men? Only white men. Isn't it something that they wrote this in 1776 when African Americans were enslaved? They weren't thinking about us then, but we're thinking about us now. If black people are so oppressed and women are so oppressed, how in the F are you even in Congress? This is a woman that gets a congressional salary that's now a multi-millionaire, lives in a mansion just outside her district, I might add. I mean, former Black Panther. It's amazing to me. Absolutely amazing. Only in America. Waters also appear to suggest America is a racist country. Yeah, that's why you're a multi-millionaire and you live in California, you idiot. That's redundant. You know what? Call her an idiot is a slap in the face to idiots. She mentioned voter reform laws, and she brought up the names George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Michael Brown, Sandra Bland, Tamar Rice. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Civil rights icons. Further, the Declaration of Independence says we hold these truths to be self-evident, yet 17 states has enacted voter suppression laws. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Suppressed what? You don't look suppressed. Are all your people live in your district in Los Angeles? Are they suppressed? Nope. They seem to vote for you every 2 years. They don't have a problem. Supreme Court gutted Section 5 of the Voting Rights Act. And then, of course, she lists the upstanding civil rights icons, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Michael Brown, Sandra Bland, and Tamar Rice. Gutted the Voting Rights Act because you need ID to vote. You need ID to send in an absentee. That we have to know who you are and where you live when you vote. Missouri Democratic Congresswoman Cori Bush. Now, it goes without saying that all these mental pygmies are all in such heavy blue districts. No matter what they do or say, they won't be voted out. So they can afford to act stupid. Now, are they acting stupid because it gets them political points? Or are they acting stupid because they really are stupid? That is an intriguing question. Maybe some of you can put in the comments which way you think it goes, or both. Missouri Democratic Congresswoman Cori Bush also took to Twitter to echo Warren Waters' statements about July 4th being a racist holiday. When they say that the 4th of July is about American freedom, remember this. The freedom they're referring to is for white people, Bush tweeted. This land is stolen land and black people still aren't free. Really? You're in Congress and you're black. You're not free. Maxine Waters in Congress, multimillionaire, black. I guess you're not free. What can't you do? Congressmember Bush, Congressmember Waters, What can't you do? You do pretty good. You made a pretty good living. Going to get a hell of a pension. Get platinum health insurance. Being a racist muckraker. Stolen land. Okay, the house you live in, are you going to give it back? How about Maxine? You think it's stolen land too? You're going to give your millionaire house to the indigenous tribe in the area from 250 years ago, 300 years ago? Some people spoke out about the anti-American sentiment in the tweets of the U.S. representatives. Actor Dean Cain called such tweets divisive and said they had nothing to do with Americans. Support this person at your own peril, Khan tweeted. Dangerous, divisive rhetoric that does nothing to help the United States or its citizens. Now comes my comment part. Well, I've been commenting right along, but now comes the real comment. And the scene in Lincoln, towards the beginning of the movie, when Lincoln told the Secretary of State Seward he wanted to pursue the 13th Amendment, Stewart said, listen, it was a huge turnover in the House of Representatives, almost all Republicans. This coming March when they're sworn in, back then they were sworn in March, this coming March, it'd be a matter of a whole 10 minutes to get the amendment passed because I like our chances now. And Seward turned to him and said, in the House of Representatives? He says, yes. That group of talentless hicks and hacks, and then the next scene it shows a guy spitting in a platoon. Spittoon. Yeah. That group of talentless hicks and hacks. Only in America could this mental pygmy you see here become a member of Congress and have be a multi-millionaire with over $1 million house. Only in America. Good Lord. Do some checking online on Maxine Waters' district. What a asshole. Those people lived in abject poverty. Yet she lives just outside the district and can represent them legally. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a constitutional scholar. I don't know how she can do that. Apparently she can. This is the same woman that said push up against all the officials in the Trump organization. These morons don't get the fact that the Declaration of Independence was written as a goal to reach. A goal that's was never put on paper to form a government around. The Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. Those are goals. Here is the goal, and they put a very, very high one because we're still trying to get to this day. And every generation, we get closer and closer. We are the only republic/democracy to go to war with itself. And one of the main issues of slavery. There were other issues, but that was one that ended up being the main issue. Ending slavery in the United States for all time. We're the only republic democracy to go to war with itself. I'll say it again. To set people free in its own country. And over 600,000, these white men died. Those are facts. They don't want to hear it. These guys are such race baiters and such a-holes. It's frustrating because it's like trying to have a philosophical conversation with a Labrador retriever or talking to a fence post or a tree. How in the hell did these people get to be in charge? What are the American people thinking? Why don't the people in her district wake up and that other Congress member, Bush, wake up? Because the Democrat Party has hoodwinked non-white people for almost a century now. We'll say 75 years. They've got them convinced that everybody else but them are the racists. Everybody else is evil. Everybody else hates this. And everybody else is keeping you down. And everybody else is against you from the moment you're born. So don't bother trying to achieve anything, not in this systematic racist country. Meanwhile, let me get in my brand new limousine with my security and drive to my multi-million-dollar mansion. You know, I hate to say this because the algorithm is going to pick this up, but I really don't care at this point. Congressmember Waters, you are an asshole. Until next time, folks, goodbye and good luck.